Welcome back to Shakespeare for Little Dreamers.
Yeah.
I'm Gigi and this is...
Hudson.
That's right, and for anyone joining us for the first time, we're reading Romeo and Juliet, the Little Dreamers version. These are the beautiful stories by William Shakespeare, made just right for brilliant young minds who love to read and learn. Hudson, do you remember what happened in our first chapter?
A bit. They were feeling enchanted, then they saw each other, and then they stared at each other, and then they went home.
Yes, so they saw each other for the first time at a party.
And then they went home.
And then they went home thinking about how enchanted the night was. So before we start chapter 2, let's go to our word of the day. Hudson, what is today's word?
Courage!
Oh, courage. Hudson, that's a big, important word. Can you tell everyone what courage means?
Courage means being brave, even when we're a bit scared.
That is so true. Courage means being brave, even when you're a little bit scared. Courage is when you do something that feels hard or scary, but you do it anyway because it's the right thing to do. Like when you try something new, or when you tell the truth, or when you make a friend, even if you're nervous. In our story tonight, Romeo and Juliet are going to need courage. Courage is what helps us follow our hearts.
Are you ready for chapter 2? Let's begin.
Romeo and Mercutio.
Romeo and Juliet.
The morning after the Moonlight Garden Festival, Romeo woke up with the biggest smile on his face. He couldn't stop thinking about the girl in the blue dress. He didn't even know her name yet, but something about her smile made him feel like he had found a friend. Romeo had to tell someone about this magical feeling, and he knew exactly who to talk to. His very best friend, Mercutio.
Mama.
Now, Mercutio was the kind of friend everyone wishes they had. He was funny and loyal, always ready to listen, and he knew how to make Romeo laugh even on sad days. Mercutio loved adventures, telling jokes, and most of all, he loved being a good friend. Romeo found Mercutio in the town square, juggling 3 colorful balls and making a group of children laugh. "Mercutio," Romeo called out. Mercutio caught all 3 balls and grinned. "Romeo, you look different today. Your eyes are all sparkly. Did you find a treasure?" Romeo sat down on the fountain edge next to his friend. "I think I did find a treasure, Mercutio, but not the kind you can hold in your hands." "Tell me everything," Mercutio said, sitting close and giving Romeo his full attention. That's what good friends do. They really listen.
Hello, I am Hudson.
Hi, Hudson. So Romeo told Mercutio all about the festival, about the silver and gold lanterns, about the music in the moonlight, and about the girl in the blue dress who made the whole world feel enchanted. "I don't know her name," Romeo said quietly. "Our families, they don't get along. I'm not supposed to be friends with anyone from her family." Mercutio put his hands on Romeo's shoulder. "Romeo, that's a grown-up problem, not a kid problem. If your heart tells you she could be a good friend, then maybe you need courage to find out." "But what if people get upset?" Romeo asked. "True friends," Mercutio said with a smile, "are worth being brave for, and I'll be here to help you be brave."
Part 2. Juliet and the nurse.
Meanwhile, on the other side of Verona, Juliet was having her own important conversation. Juliet lived in a beautiful house with a garden full of roses. and taking care of her since she was a tiny baby was someone very special, her nurse. The nurse wasn't a regular nurse with medicine and bandages. She was more like a grandmother, a best friend, and a caring helper, all in one person. The nurse had kind eyes that crinkled when she smiled, soft hands that braided Juliet's hair, and the best listening ears in all of Verona. That morning, the nurse found Juliet sitting in the garden, staring at the sky with a dreamy look on her face. "Little dove," the nurse said gently. That was her special nickname for Juliet. "You've been humming the same song all morning. Did something magical happen at the festival last night?" Juliet looked up at the nurse with bright, honest eyes. "Have you ever met someone and felt like you've been friends forever, even though you just met?" The nurse sat down next to Juliet on the garden bench. "Tell me, little dove." So Juliet told the nurse everything about the boy in the silver mask, about how time seemed to stop when they smiled at each other, about how she wished she could talk to him, but their families had that silly disagreement. "I don't even know his name," Juliet said, "but something tells me he would be a wonderful friend." The nurse was quiet for a moment, thinking carefully. Then she said, "Juliet, my dear, the world sometimes tries to tell us who we can and cannot care about. But kindness doesn't follow those rules. If your heart is telling you this could be a true friendship, then perhaps you need courage to follow it." "But I'm a little scared," Juliet admitted. "That's okay," the nurse said, pulling Juliet into a warm hug. "Courage doesn't mean you're not scared. Courage means you're scared, but you try anyway. And I'll be right here with you." Juliet smiled. She was so grateful to have someone who understood her heart. And so, on that bright morning in Verona, both Romeo and Juliet learned something very important. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is be honest about your feelings with people who love you. Romeo had Mercutio to help him be brave. Juliet had the nurse to help her be brave. And both of them started to hope that maybe, just maybe, they would see each other again soon. That night, as Romeo looked out his window at the stars, he whispered, "Thank you for my friend who understands me," talking about Mercutio. And at the very same time, in her garden, Juliet whispered to the roses, "Thank you for someone who listens to my heart," speaking of her nurse. And the stars twinkled, and the moon glowed, and somewhere in the universe, magic was making plans. And that is the end of Chapter 2 of our Romeo and Juliet story. And now, as we get ready for a peaceful bedtime, it's time for our closing meditation and affirmations. Hey, Hudson, what did you think about Mercutio and the nurse? Do you think they were good friends to Romeo and Juliet?
Yes,
Why?
because they helped.
They helped a lot, didn't they? They were wonderful friends. Tonight, we're going to practice having courage just like Romeo and Juliet.
And Hudson too.
Everyone listening, get comfortable and cozy. Let's take our deep breaths together. Breathe in slowly through your nose. Hold it for a moment. And out through your mouth. In, hold, and out. One more time. In, hold, and out. Beautiful. Now close your eyes if you like and imagine you have a glowing light right in the center of your chest. This light is your courage. It's warm and golden and it always is there inside of you, even when you feel a little scared.
I can feel it glowing.
This courage light helps you try new things. It helps you be honest. It helps you be a good friend. And whenever you need to be brave, you can remember this golden light inside you, making you strong and true. Now, let's say our affirmations together. I will say them first, and our little dreamers can repeat them with Hudson. I am brave.
I am brave.
I am courageous.
I am courageous.
I am true to my heart.
I am true to my heart.
I am ready for sweet dreams.
I am ready for sweet dreams.
And now, as you drift off to sleep, remember that you have courage inside of you. That golden light is always there. You are brave enough for anything. Sleep well, little dreamers.
Sleep well, little dreamer. Good night, little dreamer.
In Chapter 3, Romeo and Juliet will finally meet again.
And then they will be best friends, I think. Good night. I'll miss you.
In Chapter 3, Romeo and Juliet will meet at the secret bench in the hidden garden. What will they say to each other? What treasures will they share? Join us next time to find out.